Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with the next update for my project pan. This is a rolling project pan that I'm doing this year, and I've been doing a similar project for the last couple of years where I work on 10 products rolling style. So as soon as I finish something up, I can roll something else in. And everything in this project is kind of finished based, so I don't want to hit pan or anything really, and I don't want to have usage goals. Everything in this project is to finish. So I'm going to go through the 10 products that I've been working on today, and I'm really excited because we do have an empty today as well. So I'm going to go through the products in the order of when they were rolled in. So I always start with the oldest product first, moving down the list. So before I jump into the products themselves, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So first up, we have two products that have been in since the start of the year. Most things have been rolled out by now, but we do, like I said, have two things left from the beginning of the year. First up, we do have a blush. This is my Dior Rosy Glow blush, and I've been working on this one, like I said, since the beginning of the year. And this is what this blush looked like last month. This isn't my best usage month, but I have a decent amount of use. I've used it 13 times since, and this is where I am today. So pan is definitely quite big. I don't know how much it has expanded since last time, but I'm very, very excited to getting some use out of this product. I don't know how much is left of this. I don't know how many more months I will have this in the project. I am currently focusing on a different blush in this project to finish up first. But as soon as I'm done with that, I will go back to this one. And, next month I might have a couple uses on this one, but it's not going to be my main focus. But I am sure that I will be able to finish this one before the end of the year because it is very, very thin now. And yeah, I'm very happy to see that because I've been working on this one for a very long time. Next up, we have one of the two highlighters in this project, and this is the Mary Luminizer. This has also been in since the beginning of the year, and yeah, I've been working really, really hard on it. I did repress it before last update, so you can see here what it looked like. Again, it was repressed at that point. Since then, I have reached for this one 33 times, and this is where I am today. This, you guys, is the highlighter that never dies. I've been working on this one so hard, and I was hoping to have it done by this update. Last update, I said it will for sure be done by like the calendar month, no problem at all. But yeah, I'm still not done. It is very, very thin now, though. Hopefully you can see that there. But this just never dies. It takes so long to finish up. But I do think, I'm not going to like jinx myself, but I do think that I should be able to have this one done by next update. I don't know. I mean, I keep saying that, but this time I do really think that will happen. So this product I'm hoping to finish up in the next couple of weeks. And if I haven't said already, I reached for this one 33 times in the past month. So quite a lot. I'm wearing this one again today. It's my go-to highlighter every single day. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on it, and fingers crossed we can have an empty by next month. Next up, we have one of my eyeshadows in this project, which is the green kind shade that I've been working on from the Wet n Wild palette. This one was depotted ages ago, and I've been working on finishing it up. This is what it looked like last month. I didn't have too much left of it. It was also repressed last update, or before last update, same time as around I repressed the highlighter. And since then, I have reached for this on 13 times, and this is where it is today. So this is actually my empty for this month. I'm really, really excited about that. I was kind of expecting to finish it anyway because I didn't have too much left, and it actually took longer than I thought it would. It took, like I said, 13 uses. I think I used it as a nail polish twice, so 10 out of the 13 uses was nail polish, and then 3 uses were on my eyes. But I'm happy to have this one done now. It's another eyeshadow empty as well this year, which is really exciting because I'm trying to finish up 20 eyeshadows this year, which isn't going too well, but another one bites the dust, and that's really exciting. So I will be replacing this product at the end of the video. So for the next product, we do have a foundation, and this one is my XX Revolution foundation. I've been working on this one for 6 months now, so quite a long time. This really isn't my favorite foundation. I talk about it all the time, and I'm getting quite low with it. I think it's like currently like down to here. You can see there is product stuck on the side, but like where the actual product is, I think is around like this level. So I don't have too much left of it, but it's moving so slow because you don't have to use much with it. Use much product because it's so pigmented and so thick. But it's also one that I haven't been reaching for too much in the past month. I only have 7 uses on it because I'm just a bit fed up with it. Whenever I use this foundation, my makeup just like breaks down within half an hour. It's just really bad. But I am determined to finish this one, so I'm going to keep going with it. It's a fine foundation to wear if I'm used at home, working from home, if I'm not going to leave the house, more than like maybe walk the dog. it's fine for that. Or if I'm just going to do like a quick look for like a couple hours and then take it off, it is fine for that. So I'm going to keep it in the project. I've talked about it before, maybe decluttering it. And some people say that I should just declutter it, but I'm so close now to finishing on it, and I've been working on it for so long that I'm determined to get it out. So I think this one is the one that I will for sure have out before the end of the year, but I'm not quite sure how long it's going to take, but I'm just going to keep working on it. So that is my XX Revolution foundation. The next product that I have is another eyeshadow, and this one is one that I've been working on for quite a while as well. It's been in for 5 months, and that is my Isadora cream eyeshadow. This is what it looked like last month. Since then, I have actually repressed it because it was really difficult to use, and I was doing a repressing session. It is the last one that I posted, so if you haven't seen that one, I do repress, I think, yeah, 2 products from this project, so you can go and check that out if you want to see it. But that is, like I said, where it was at my last update, and if I have a picture when it was repressed, I will insert that here as well. And since the last update, I have used this one 30 times, and this is where it is today. 20 of those uses came after I repressed it, and 10 were prior to repressing. So this is how much I have left now. You can see that I have reheat pan, and it is getting quite low. It's definitely going to take, I'm guessing maybe like 15 more uses. That's what I'm going to guess. 10 to 15 more uses, probably more like 15 to finish this one up. But I am determined to do that soon. I do think this one is going to be another empty by next update. I don't think it's going to linger on any longer than that. My ideal goal would be to finish this one up this month, which would be another like 2 weeks or so. Yeah, in the next 13 days. So if it does take 15 uses to finish up, I won't quite get there, but I will push for it. I will see what I can do. I'm going to try to reach for this one every single time I do my makeup and finish up that way. But I do foresee this one being empty at least by the next update, if not sooner than that. So that is the next product, and I'm very excited about this one. Next up, we have my other product that was repressed at that repressing video, and that is my Coralisa blush. I do actually now house it in my Charlotte Tilbury powder compact because it was easy to press in here, because the Coralisa blush compact is like quite high edges and it wouldn't be that easy to repress in there. So I decided to put it in this compact instead. But this is what it looked like last month. And again, if I do have a picture of when it was repressed, I will insert that here. And I used it 9 times prior to repressing, and then 10 additional times after repressing, for a total of 19. And this is where it is today. So you can see that I don't have too much left of this one. It is still, like, it's not super thin in here. I don't know if you can pick up the thickness there, but it's not super thin, but it's definitely getting lower. I do also foresee this one being done, like, maybe not in the next month, but definitely in the next 2. If I can, I will try to finish this one up in the next month. We'll see how it goes. I'm wearing this one today. I've been wearing this one almost every single day since repressing it. So I'm hoping this one will be done by the next update, but I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not going to jinx myself. Like I said, I've been saying that products will be done way before they are, like, for example, the highlighter. So I'm not going to say that it will be done next update because I don't know yet, but I'm going to do my very best to get this one out. So that is my Coralisa blush, and also that's the one that I'm currently focusing on instead of the Duo blush. So as soon as this one is done, I'm going to go in and focus harder on the Duo blush afterwards. The next product that I have is the second highlighter that I'm working on, and that is my Benefit What's Up highlighter. This one has been in for 4 months now, so I've been working on it for a while, and this is one that I don't reach for as much as I would want. I don't have too many uses on it this month as well. I've only reached for it 5 times, which isn't great. But as you know, I've been so focusing on finishing that Mirror Luminizer that I've just been kind of neglecting this one for the last couple of months. And as soon as that's done, I'm going to focus hard on this product. It is a little bit deeper though, so it would have been better to do it the other way around, but I'm just so determined to get the Mirror Luminizer out that this is the way I've been going with it. So yeah, this is the What's Up highlighter. Again, I've been using it 5 times in the past month, and this is the progress lines right there. So you can see there's a little bit of movement, not too much. Yeah, I mean, I am maybe now about a third through the product, like, overall, which isn't too bad considering. Let me see how many uses I have in total on it since it's moved in. So I only have 22 users on it since it got into the project. So, you know, that is 1/3. So overall, I only maybe have like 50 more users on it in total, if not less, like 40 to 50 users. So it's definitely reasonable to get this one out. Especially if I focus on this one alone as a highlighter, I think this one could be easily out in like 2-3 months time. So I am still hopeful to get this one out before the end of the year. I just wish I would have used it more in summer, especially like on my collarbones and stuff. And I kept saying that every single update, but it's just a product that I forget about. And It's just like a routine that I don't have, is to like highlight my shoulders and stuff. I used to forget about it, but again, I should be able to get this one out if I just focus on it for like a couple months. So we'll see how it goes with it. I'm going to keep working on it as soon as the Mary Luminizer is done, and hopefully I can have a few more uses on it next update. And again, if not by next update, the update after that. So next up, we do have another foundation. I do have a lot of categories in here that I have 2 products in. So this is another one of those. But the second foundation that I'm currently working on in here is my Garnier BB Cream in medium. This is a really nice product. I just had it in my collection for way too long, so it needs to move out because it is quite old. But this one has been in for 3 months now. It is actually a foundation that I've been using quite a lot over the past month. I used it a lot to mix with the XX Revolution foundation for a while, because that one was quite light for me in summer and this one is too deep for me. But I have recently been starting mixing this one with the Maybelline 4-in-1 Instant Makeup Base, like the kind of jumbo, like almost foundation version. If I can find a picture, I will insert it here. It's like, I think it's like a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, or like the e.l.f., like the dupe of that. Look, they're all very similar products, but I'm trying to pan that one in my Deco Panning Product Pan. And I've been mixing those 2 together and they're working really well. That's actually what I'm wearing on my face today. And I feel like it is a pretty good match for me, like shade-wise. So I have used this one 19 times in the past month, which is really, really good. And I looked at this one through the light before filming, and it's actually almost exactly where it says medium right there. So I don't have too much left in here. I think it might take me 2 more months to finish, because I don't use too much of it. I have got into like a routine of not using too much foundation. I just like a lighter look. I don't like too heavy of a base anymore, so I don't use too much foundation, but I do think this one will linger on for at least 2 more months. But I am going to try to get this one done before the end of the year. So the next product that we have is the second to last one, which is another eyeshadow. This is my Steel Eye Glitter and Glow in the shade Kitten Karma, which I have actually repressed into a Super Shock shadow container because it's way easier for me to use that way. And this one has been in for 2 months now. However, in the first month, I didn't use this one at all. And this is what it looked like then, as well as the intro, obviously, because I didn't use it in the first month. But yeah, that is where it was. I've been really focusing on this product in the past month. I really do want to get as much use out of it as possible. And I'm actually wearing this one on my nails today as a nail polish. You can see what it looks like. I really do like it as a nail polish. I think I might continue using that one like this in the next month. But I do have 11 used on it since the last update. And this is where it is today. So I hope that I definitely know that the pan is expanding quite a bit, and you can see it's getting quite low around the edges too. I'm definitely closer to finish this one up now. Like I said, I've been using this one 11 times in the past month, and I actually used it as nail polish twice, which is like, again, what I'm doing now. So 10 out of the 11 uses were on my nails and then 1 on my eyes. I just don't like it as much on my eyes because it's quite textured and quite heavy. It's not as like smooth and sparkly as it used to be. It is quite dried up now, which makes it look quite like thick and chunky on the eyes. So I don't like it as much on there. So I'll be using mainly as a nail polish. And I do think if I use this one maybe like 2 more times as a nail polish, it should be done. Or like 1 more time and then like a couple times on my eyes too. We'll see how it goes. But I do think I should be able to have this one out next month. I'm not sure. I might repress this one again in the center because it's harder to pick up now with my finger when it's around the sides. But I'm very excited about the progress on this one. And again, it's one that I think I should have out next month, which means that I should have a pretty exciting update next month. I do have a few products that I think I should be able to finish up. So fingers crossed on that. And this, again, is one of them. Then the very final product that we have is a primer. This one is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which has been in for 2 months as well. This one looked like this at the last update. I already had pattern on it when I rolled it into the project. So I've been working on the sides to like wear it down a little bit. And this is where this product is today. I don't think it's going to look too different when it comes to the pan size, but like, I don't know if you can see around the edges, but I have lowered the product quite a lot around the sides, and it's definitely getting lower. This is another one that I think I should be able to have out maybe in the next like 2 or 3 months. It's definitely going to be done before the end of the year. I don't know if I said already, but I used this one 15 times on the past month, and the month prior to that I used it 14 times. So I used it about that number, like 15 uses every month. So if I keep doing that, I think it should be out in the next like 2 months. I think that's going to be my goal. I mean, I could easily use this one every single time I do my makeup, but I just forget about it, honestly, and that's why I don't have higher uses on it. So I think if I just got into the habit of using this product more, I should easily have this one out sooner, but that is where I am with this one. And again, it's trucking along. It's nothing too exciting. It's just a primer, but it's working really well. I am again wearing this one today. So those were all of the products that I've been working on over the past month. And like I said, I did finish one product up, which was the Wet n Wild eyeshadow. So I'm going to replace it with something else. So just because I like to torture myself, I'm rolling in another eyeshadow. And this one is one that I love eyeshadows and I want to get more use out of my eyeshadows. If I could, if I could do my makeup more times a day, I would, because I love playing around with eyeshadows. I wish I could reach for more of them in my collection. But the one I'm rolling in is one of my Glam Shop shades. It looks like this. It's one of their iridescent eyeshadows, and this is in the shade Turbo Mielka, I think. Yeah, it's, like I said, one of the iridescent shades. It's like a really nice, light, kind of sparkly shade. I don't know if you can see it there. It's super pretty. It just looks very wet on the finger, but it also does have like a blue to purple shift. I don't know if you can see. I know you can see the blue there, but I'm trying to show up. I feel like if I go back here, sometimes you can see the pink and purple, or like the secondary shift. But yeah, this is the eyeshadow that I'm rolling in. It's super pretty. I love it. I think it's going to be one that I can reach for a lot as an inner corner highlight and also as a topper. So hopefully I can incorporate this one in a lot of looks. And even though I might not be able to finish it before the end of the year, I'm hoping to expand the pan quite a lot and get more use out of it. So that is the shade that I'm rolling in, or that is the product I'm rolling in. So that was it for the update today. Just summing up my goals for next month, I do have 4 products right here that I want to focus on to hopefully finish up. First up, we have my eyeshadow from Isadora, the cream one. I'm going to try to finish this one up. And then I also have my Stila Glitter and Glow. I'm going to try to finish this one as well. I'm not sure about this one. I'm going to really push for it though and see if I can get it done. And then I do have 2 base products. I have my Mary Luminizer. I'm hoping to finally get this one out because I've been working on it for so long. If you are new to this project, I was actually planning this one all of last year as well as this year. So it's been taking me almost 2 years to finish up. And it's one that I use almost exclusively every single day. So I'm hoping to have this one as well out next month. And then the last product that I'm hoping to maybe have out, I'm not sure if I can though, is the blush from Benefit in Coralista. So those are going to be my main focuses for next month, and I'm hoping to have at least 3 out of those 4 products out, but we'll see how it goes. But that is it for today, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this update, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.